I've been rearranging my room, clearing stuff out, trying to put all this cool stuff in here. And there's a clock over to my left, stage left, and I'm hoping that the audio doesn't pick up on the ticking of the clock. The clock is ticking. A metaphor for this year. And I don't have a new microphone yet, so I'm back to this guy. Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. Happy New Year, happy post-holidays for those who celebrate. I don't know about anybody else, but this past holiday season was kind of rough for various reasons, personally. But nevertheless, we made it through, so we're on the other side. Congratulations. Also, I think it's like 3 weeks into the new year, so it's a very belated Happy New Year to all of you. I had some ideas of what videos I wanted to put out the past couple of weeks, and I didn't do any of them because life was really rough for me. If I don't have it, I don't have it. You know, I can't give you something that I don't have, and I didn't have it. So you didn't get it. So this is my formal goodbye to 2024, the year of continuous plot twists. Thanks so much. But I feel like 2025, so much is going to happen. And within the past 2-3 weeks, so much has already happened. What the heck? For example, LA's on fire. Thankfully, I am not directly affected by it, but I know people who have been. It's a really scary time to see all of Los Angeles up in flames. And I'm going to get into what 2025 kind of looks for me, what I'm hoping it looks for me a little bit later. If any of it's going to resonate with you, let's partner in this together. Or I can just get into it right now. So 2024 was, it had ups and downs, a lot of really high highs and really low lows throughout the whole year. I feel like it showed me a little taste of what I wanted in life. And I'm going to get that this year. And you're going to get that this year. You're going to get it. And you're going to get it. And you're all going to get it this year. But it almost feels like we need to rid of a bunch of stuff. It feels like that's what I'm going through right now, is needing to declutter and cleanse myself, emotional, mental, physical, environmental. The word for me for this year is faith. I feel like it's also something that a few people in my life or involved in my life have been going through as well. So I wanted to share with y'all what I've been sharing with people that I actually need for myself. So I come from a Christian background, from a religious household. That definition of faith is hoping for, believing, manifesting in the things that you don't see right now. So you know what's meant for you, right? Like, you know who you are, you know what you're about, you know what you do, you know what you want, you know what you're meant to do in life, you know what you're supposed to have, but you don't have it right now. And it's a little discouraging and a little disheartening. The act of faith is telling yourself, it's mine.
It's mine, okay? She's mine.
Other than that, I've been binge watching Reba, the hit 2000s sitcom starring Reba McEntire.
A single duck who works 2 jobs, who loves her ducks and never stops.
And it's been reigniting my love for Steve Howey. If you don't know who Steve Howey is, get to know Steve Howey. I think he's a comedic genius. I didn't realize how impactful that show was on me in my childhood until now, rewatching it and being like, oh, that makes sense. This is my second binge through of the show. If you want a comedy, like a sitcom that's not super centered around romance and falling in love and stuff like that, what better than a situational comedy about a divorce?
I'm a duck viver.
Also, I've been reading this and it has been changing my life. This is Viewfinder by John M. Chu. If you don't know who John M. Chu is, he directed Step Up 2, Justin Bieber's movies, I think plural, Crazy Rich Asians, In the Heights, Wicked, so good. I'm really sad because I'm about to go into the last chapter and I started reading it at the beginning of this year. I don't want it to be over. I kind of want to reread it already.
It's over and I feel so alone.
And I don't do this a lot with a lot of books that I read because I like to keep my books really nice, neat, and pristine. I've been underlining and bracketing stuff in this book. It's crazy because I started reading this and a lot of it just makes sense to me. It's a lot of things that I've learned from life and experiencing things and learning from different people, and it's all coming together in this book. It is a memoir, but it kind of, to me, feels like a TED Talk in a long essay. He's so smart, and it's a little nerdy because he comes from Silicon Valley and it's a very tech-based kind of environment. He's also first generation Asian American, so he has that kind of background and he kind of feeds into that. He's also a creative because wicked. It's just really cool to see where he started in his life and in college and his first couple of projects, and learning from that in order to make the cinematic masterpieces that are coming out of him now, and a little bit into how personal each project has slowly become. So highly recommend this. This is what I want to go into my new year. I want it to be with this on the forefront. So that's why I started reading this. So now that we've gone through all that, let's get into why I've titled this video the title of this video. A year ago, January of 2024, I made a video talking about being creatively burnt out, because that's kind of where I was at the time. I'm gonna be honest, it's lingering. It's not as prominent as last year, but it's kind of there. So now I find myself in this weird place. I want to do theater again. I want to be in acting. I want to be able to be on stage again. I want to do a play this year. That's what I want to do. Play, then musical. But I also realized that I was creatively burnt out because I pushed myself in that realm a little too much. At this point, I'm needing to find balance in, yes, I can go back to that creative space, but also stay a little grounded and just do things for myself and live my life and be financially stable. And burnout is not something that you heal from within a certain short amount of time. It's been, I think, 1.5 years for me, and I'm slowly getting back into it, right? It's not like I'm just going, yeah, let's go. Thankfully, I've been involved in the creative communities the whole time. Like, I still do improv, and I'm in a dance team, and there's some really cool stuff happening there as well. And even with being on stage, I have some cool opportunities with that too, which I will share later. But I do know that this upcoming season for me is about to get real busy. I know I'm gonna have my good days, I'm gonna have my bad days, I'm gonna get a little bit stressed, I'm gonna have some days where I'm super bored, and that's okay. Those are gonna be my rest and relaxation days, because that's also just as important as being super productive and getting a lot done in a day. But overall, for me right now, and maybe for you as well, what I know I need to do is keep that faith, continue to listen to what my gut tells me, because that's also a big thing that's been happening to me right now. And also know that I'm meant to, oh man, why am I gonna cry? And also know that I'm meant to be exactly where I am right now in my life. Life is crazy, life is interesting, life is also really funny, and the future is unknown. It's so vast. We can't change the future, we can't change the past. All we can do is live in the now. At the same time, it's good to look into the future because you have to have a sense of direction. It's good to understand your past and know your history. Appreciate and be grateful for your whole journey, even beyond your journey, which is something I'm learning in Viewfinder. My constant plug for this book. But also enjoying this present moment, because you're never going to get this ever again. So, what can you expect from this channel? I don't know. This is exactly what I did last year. I do have some ideas on what I want to do. I do want to keep going on solo dates. I want to be able to vlog just life things and talk to you guys like this sometimes about what's going on in my brain, and hopefully it helps you out, or lets you know, hey, you're not going through this by yourself. I'm going through this too. Ah,
I'm a duck viver.
So if you're on board, please subscribe and like this video and leave comments and stay connected with me, because this is going to be a fun journey. Is it not? But that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next week. Bye. Happy New Year.